I mean, for Coach Rudy, because and Gregory can attest to this. You know how many Caribbean parents I see at these tournaments with their children?
Right.
And this is just one part of America. I'm just talking about Central Florida. Gregory is in South Florida, and when he raised his son as a baseball player. So it's about the outreach. It's following the pattern of the Jamaica Football Federation and finding these kids that are getting elite development overseas and bring them back home to Jamaica to represent the nation on a national level.
And this too, you'll be surprised that little social media, since Jabba launched it, we have sent out little flyers on social media. You know, many people from Canada has called me, and from Florida and Texas, just because we posted something. Oh, baseball is in Jamaica.
This episode is sponsored by J&J Garage. Top quality, cheap prices.
Garage, we do excellent brakes and clutch repair. Pressure plates, flywheels, disc brake pad, brake shoes, clutches. Any job you have, cars, vans, jeeps, buses, trucks, and tractors. Just call J&J Garage, 1-876-408-3836, 887-7504 for all your pickup and delivery service throughout the 14 parishes.
Welcome again, SportGlobe fans, to another one of our YouTube channel. Of course, we have a great show lineup for you this evening. Thank you so much for joining us on another one of our broadcasts on SportGlobe. Of course, we had renamed this segment of the program to give it a new name, and I'm going to let you know what it is right now. So we're going to be calling it the dugout. This is where we're going to be talking to a lot of coaches, talk about a lot of technical things, talking to, especially the coaches in regard to some of the rules, the regulations, that kind of a thing into it. So we wanted to join us and help us to build this as a segment. We call it the dugout. It's really into the dugout, into the trenches of the thing, learning about the different sports and learning about the sport that has been developed. Not just only in Jamaica, in the Caribbean, in the world, Canada, the USA, wherever the game has been played and wherever Caribbean folks are playing these different sports. So I want to definitely welcome you again and thank you so much. We reached 25,000 subscribers and we love it a whole lot. Just want to keep it going. 100,000 and beyond is our target. We want to get to 1 million. So we have even some great guests that we think that after this show we're going to get to 1 million right away. We're pretty much sure of that. So, with me, of course, I have Gregory Tulloch, Coach and Vice President of the Jamaica Baseball Association over there in Jamaica. And just want to welcome Gregory to the SportGlobe YouTube channel.
Thank you for having me.
And of course, we have one legend with us this evening. It is my honor and pleasure to even introduce him. You get them kind of honor here in the world, Once in a lifetime, out of 1 million, 100,000 million people get to do these things. And I want to introduce our audience and you, our viewers, to Mojo Morgan. Mojo Morgan, welcome to the SportGlobe YouTube. People must be wondering what you're doing here if we're going to be talking some Grammy Award winning music. Right? They don't even know what's going. Welcome, sir.
With me, I'm doing our baseball room from reggae to transition.
Yeah, man. We appreciate it. Rudy, thank you for joining me in the dugout as well, Rudy. Thank you very much. It's appreciated. We're talking about baseball and baseball legends today. Welcome, Rudy.
Yeah, man. Big up yourself to you both, gentlemen. As a Grenadian, I realize this conversation is very important to Jamaica sports. So I just want to say right now to Coach, me need a jersey, because me just like you the jersey there, me need a jersey. Yeah, man. As a Grenadian,
just second size.
As a Grenadian, I need to start big enough, So send me my jersey, please. And Morgan, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to be with you. It's a pleasure to talk with you. You certainly come from legends. And your family's legends. And it's really a pleasure, man. Thank you again for being here with us, talking sports in the dugout.
The dugout. Thank you very much, Rudy. And of course, we're going to jump into Mojo. Use the reason why we're here today. It's not even a coach, Use the reason why we're here today. Your family you and your family keep stretching boundaries and boundaries and boundaries and taking Jamaica into some new areas all the time. Of course, I mean, I see one of your family members was in Africa somewhere there. Somewhere I see it, and it becomes what it was again. Like them honor him somewhere and make him what it was that they make him Gramps Morgan. They made him something in Africa recently.
In Ghana now, launching his Ghana Best Cultural Music
Ambassador.
It's a festival, music festival happening this year, December 4th and December 5 in Accra, Ghana.
Wow, look at that. So you guys keep, stretching boundaries, I want to tell you firstly though, we appreciate the music and the music that you keep putting out there for Jamaica, keep spreading the word and keep spreading the love, especially, and the work that you guys continue to do as a family. And, me personally, and this platform personally, we appreciate it. I love the music.
Definitely, Richie. And Richie, let me jump in here real quick to say, when legends do great things, they've never been forgetful. So definitely, that's one of them. And that's your family is legend. So everything, the accolades and everything is coming now. So sometimes you never feel it in the early days, but you're coming now because people never forget you guys. So definitely, we have to show that love for you guys.
All right, so we don't want no more with the Mojo legendary thing. I never want to talk about the music. He want to talk about something else. It seems to me that he's excited to talk about, and he wants to talk about his son. Sorry, he's not even here today to defend himself still, but
he's in training right now as we speak.
Yeah. So we're talking basketball, and we're talking basketball with the Morgan Heritage family, and
baseball.
Of course, one of baseball with the Morgan Heritage family, and one of his offsprings decide that he wants to get into something. I don't know if it's Mojo coaching to get in it, or Mojo wanted to be in it in a long time, and it just coming out in his son or what. But Victory is his son, and his son 18 years old, and he's a right arm pitcher. Mojo, he had earned himself here. I seen a scholarship recently to Bryan and Stratton College, coming out of the Morgan Heritage family. Mojo, how did that really happen? How did he get into the whole thing of baseball and that kind of thing? How did that work?
Same brother was very active as a local youth in football. Them call it soccer in America.
Mm-hmm.
His brother's mother kept telling me kids need to get into something after school.
Yes.
So they tried football and martial arts. They played ball a lot at home. But it was his Uncle Peter's last son, Zion, that was doing very well. I mean, at 6, 7 years old, he was hitting the ball further than all of his teammates. He was the fastest kid on his team. He was amazing in the infield, outfield. He was a utility player extraordinaire. Any position him perform. So that was an inspiration because he was younger than them. So they said, let's try baseball. And they fell in love with it. And that's where the journey began, like 7 years ago for them. And here we are today. The rest is really history. The hard work they put in, the dedication that they showed to the sport, and me just being there to remind them that greatness is not achieved overnight. I reminded them that Usain Bolt trained for 10 years to run for 10 minutes and create a legacy second to none and add to the legacy of Jamaican athletic history, right? So here comes Victory Morgan and his little brother Clarity Morgan now walking and paving a new road for future kids to play baseball across Jamaica and what you would say have an opportunity to better themselves in a sport that's very lucrative.
Yes.
I don't think the track and field industry has the ability to produce 50 Usain Bolts in 1 year coming out of high school.
Not at all.
With baseball, it provides Jamaican athletes with the opportunity to either go to school for little to no money, right? To even if they get good enough, go and play professional baseball.
Yeah.
This is now a reality for the young women in Jamaica with softball. Because, this year, if you didn't hear, there will be the Women's Professional Softball League being launched in America that is now creating a platform synonymous with the WNBA and its affiliate in the NBA. So like when you have the MLB, now you have the WSPL. And that's a beautiful thing which indicates a bright future for the sport of softball to inspire young women to want to join the sport in order they can have a career and not just do it for fun and get a scholarship in college and get an education.
Coach, I want to ask you a big thing though. As we are on the scholarship, how big is this to the association that we have a Jamaican who is able to go into get a scholarship to a college? How big is that for the association? Or is that the biggest thing for the baseball association in Jamaica?
Right now, this is the biggest thing for us. Having a kid like a Victory Morgan and a dad which is Mojo is basically one of the biggest things. This man told me when I asked him to help us. This man said to me, "Why you ask me that for? My last name is Jamaica, you know, so you don't need to ask me nothing. My last name is Jamaica." Everything he has is Jamaica, he said. So I am not. He just took this. Yeah. So the Mojo Morgan and Victory Morgan thing is one of the biggest things we could ever ask for to help propel this. And baseball needed this.
But coach, from an assistant side, what led you to see that potential in this young man?
What led me? Basically, I didn't know Victory until he came out. And even though Victory worked with some of my friends in Palm Beach, I didn't know Victory. But when I connected with Mojo, because of what I saw, I started calling my buddies and said, "Hey, Jay, what's going on?" And he was like, "Greg, you missed out because you took the year off." And that's how they told me all of this. So Mojo Victory pitches for 18-year-old 94, top out at 94. I don't know an 18-year-old that top out at 94. So I'm saying this right now. Anybody who didn't select this kid first look, they missed out. They're missing out.
They're missing out big time.
Big time.
So speak on the
You see the kid. You see the kid. Look at him. This kid only can get bigger and faster.
And that's the thing with baseball. Why it has so much potential is that what you hear Gregory just talk about is about projection. And baseball is the type of sport that you can look at someone that's an athlete and you can teach them the game. And Jamaica has sort of athletes because there's a lot of kids out there throwing at 18, throwing even faster than 94 miles per hour. But how many of them are claiming their Jamaican heritage?
And this is what Mojo Morgan
that are descendants of Jamaica are actually interested in representing Jamaica. Now we have a reason to find out because they didn't have a reason to represent Jamaica before for the sport of baseball because I didn't even know it existed until I met Greg a few days ago through a long-time friend of ours that I cost the person that is a part of JABA, the Jamaican Amateur Baseball Association, has known me and been working with me for over 25 years and been a baseball fanatic. I've told him about my son, and when the announcement came out, he said, "Mojo, you need to talk to this man." That's all I'm telling me. I said, who is Gregory Tulloch? What are you talking about? And here we are discussing how Victory can possibly inspire the nation of Jamaica.
No, this is not possibly. We're not possibly.
Softball and baseball.
I keep saying that. Stop possibly. Victory is inspiring a nation. He is.
Definitely,
he is. Because Jaba's website, Jaba's social media has been running like crazy with this kid being on there for the past 2 days, okay? We never had someone following it.
Never.
No. So when him can't say whatever I'm officer may tell him, this is how Jaba's little Jaba, who just kicked off the other day, is having a whole bunch of followers. And I have celebrity followers too.
Coach, I want to take him back to the scholarship situation though, right? Because in my mind, a Jamaican, an English-speaking Caribbean national getting a scholarship to a college in the USA, how big of a thing is that? Because I know, it's not a whole lot of English-speaking Caribbean, youngsters even play the game of baseball, much less getting talked to us about how huge a scholarship that is.
That is huge, man. I said that. That is huge. That opens door for kids right now to say, okay, I can't play soccer. I can't run too fast. Let me go try this sport. We just got off this a while ago. Here's a sport. This is a lucrative opportunity for you. Let me go try this sport.
Yeah.
You get in here, you get a 2-year scholarship or a 4-year scholarship.
Yes.
That's a big thing for a Jamaican child. That's opportunity. And this is not money you're gonna even have to think about paying back. It's a scholarship. Right. You know how beneficial that is gonna be for a Jamaican kid in the inner city or in the countryside?
But suddenly that is so important. But Richie, I just said it. This, I believe there is a lot more Jamaicans playing baseball. And we have to find a way for the organization.
Hey everyone, check out this bump-free spray. It stops grown hair to show you just one spray. It's that easy.
No bumps, no irritation, just smooth skin.
Get yours today.
have to find a way to find them and let
Oh
them
yeah.
know of
Oh
what
yeah.
it is, because I think that's the problem. I believe there's a lot of Jamaicans, because remember, a lot of these kids in them was born in America, born in Canada, and born in England, and born all over the world from Jamaican parents, and we are
Not
only
just
speaking Jamaica.
Jamaica.
Yeah,
Let me tell
we are
you,
only
you know,
speaking
most
Jamaica today.
Caribbean descendant
Yeah,
parents, let me cut you,
yeah,
Rudy, because
yeah.
and Gregory can attest to this. You know how many Caribbean parents I see at these tournaments with their children?
Right.
And this is just one part of America. I'm just talking about Central Florida. Gregory is in South Florida, and when he raised his son as a baseball player. So it's about the outreach. It's following the pattern of the Jamaica Football Federation and finding these kids that are getting elite development overseas and bring them back home to Jamaica to represent the
This,
nation on a national level.
and this too. You'll be surprised that little social media, since Jabba launched it, we have sent out little flyers on social media. You know, many people from Canada has called me, and from Florida and Texas. Just because we posted something, oh, baseball is in Jamaica. I never knew. Can my son come participate? And these are 12-year-olds. These are 15-year-olds. So there's a whole bunch of opportunities now. And
And we're gonna find
Mojo,
them. You know,
a
Gregory's
big
been sharing a lot of ideas. You have to tell them, Greg, that Gregory is a very brilliant mind and strategist in how he wants to develop the youth across Jamaica. But not only that, how to forge relationship, a governing body of baseball and softball to find the descendants, the Jamaicans in the diaspora, because you hear him talk about the meccas of baseball in Florida, Georgia, Texas, California, Caribbean and Jamaican people across those places that have migrated there for decades.
Yeah.
There's two Major League Baseball players on the Cleveland Indians team.
So
And I did not know this until victory was announced and the research started come out that there was professional MLB baseball players playing even in the Negro League back in 1929.
20, yeah.
All throughout the 80s and the 90s, they were Jamaican born. Not like Victory a descendant, but a Jamaican born Major League Baseball player. So
Chili Davis. So
we're going to highlight these heroes and these pioneers, because Victory is not the first and he won't be the last. But maybe he's the catalyst that we needed to really create a movement with baseball and softball out of Jamaica, representing not just Jamaica, but eventually the entire CARICOM is where I see this thing can evolve into.
Because it can be. Hey, listen, know that
like Puerto Rico and Dominican Republic.
Mojo, know that you wet up our appetite a little bit. We couldn't have the show and play a little bit of your music, and remind people exactly, you and your music in regards to the Morgan heritage. So I want to play a little bit of it, and then we can get back into some more of the baseball, because there's so much that we have to ask, and especially from the association standpoint, how is it that you're going to grow this kind of a thing? So I just want to take a little bit of listening to somebody, so a little piece of your music thing,
Inspiration. That is our inspiration song.
Journey, check it. You pull me out of the deepest water. The great unknown women, Shop Alessandra. And then I heard your voice, angels surround me. In water so deep, my faith will stay complete. Your grace abounds in pounds in deepest waters. Your mighty hands will guide me, never wander. I see how I may fail if it surrounds me. I know you won't stop now, you never fail me. Keep my head above the water. Keep me strong so I don't fall.
So Mojo, that's a song that was written for inspire the baseball, Jamaica baseball fraternity. How that came about? Talk to us a little bit about that, because I hear Gregory say that that's their inspirational song.
That's always gone.
That song.
It's a song that inspired me, to be honest. I heard it as a ringtone on my fiance's phone. Spending time with her, I heard the phone every morning. It was her alarm. And I don't know if it's because I have twins coming on the way, or I don't know what it is, but there's a spirit that just poured out of me. I mean, I was crying like a baby for several hours, reflecting on the loss of life that we endured as a family. My Uncle David, my Uncle Toots, Bobby Digital, our big bro, my father, our brother Peter of Leah. And it's just like, you got to find a way to pick yourself and make your dreams a reality. And for us, it was finding a way to continue this legacy that we built and pushed through. So it's inspiring me, and I feel that it can inspire people all across the globe. And that's why I'm giving it away very shortly as a free download. And I think Victory has become an inspiration. So when Jabba heard the record, I used it because Victory been through a lot as a kid, you know? He grew up in a single parent home, and to make it through that with me having to be on the road traveling, still know that daddy loves him, daddy believes in him, and he doesn't have his cheerleading squad at all the tournaments and the games that he played, and every time he had his successes or his failures, somebody there to pick him up while he was down. I had to do that through video calls. So his story is inspirational, not because of the lineage he comes from, but because of the perseverance and the determination that he showed for himself as a student athlete. Because we want to really emphasize student athlete. We're not trying to just show kids, play soccer and make money, but play football and make money, play cricket and make money, play baseball or softball and make money, but use it as an opportunity to get a higher education and have a B plan just in case athletics don't work out.
Certainly so. Yeah, Rudy.
No, definitely, man. Listen, man. I just wanted to know. Listen, what you guys are doing is very, very important. How important, and that goes for both of you guys, is baseball to Jamaica right now?
I think it's revolutionary. We're pushing the envelope athletically, going into a new area, a new sport that we can find amazing successes with, because the sports that run Jamaica right now require speed, agility, and strength, right? You're talking about track and field, you're talking about football, you're talking about cricket. Imagine athletes from those sports become two-sport athletes. Do you know what that means to universities across America?
Yeah.
There's nothing a university loves more than a two-sport athlete. So we're not going to look at this as something that's going to compete with the other sports in Jamaica. We're looking at this as something that's going to align with the other sports in Jamaica, to give them an alternative, to give them a higher chance of successes and getting a higher education and eventually earn a living off their naturally God-gifted talent.
And what Mojo just said, that is very true. Athletes really, college really love kids that play two sports. And here I know couple kids in South Florida right now that got full ride to really D1 schools because they could play football and they were good baseball players.
Yeah.
So that's a big plus for us.
It is. Yeah.
Gregory, talk to us about the sport. When the association got started.
The association came from the Jamaica Baseball Association. So what we kind of linked with them, all the organization that. Well, we got pulled together because everybody was doing their own thing, and then we were called together in a meeting, and we all came together and said, okay, let's all become the Jamaica Baseball Association.
Okay.
And
When did
everybody it was it was more a year and 3 months
ago.
Yep.
Wow.
But they were, our club was still there doing our thing.
Yes.
Right, but this is the national thing.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the plans going forward, Gregory, in regards to the association? Victory is a huge influence to the thing right now in terms of whether or not you guys thinking of getting schools together, getting schools competition together, club competition together. What's going to be moving forward?
All of the above. Everything. All of the above.
So
We're looking at starting at grassroots, and then we're also looking at the senior level. So basically we're doing the senior level so we can get the support, and then we're looking at the grassroots so we can build up. So we're building, and we're also going forward at the same time. What we're trying to do is using Victory to attract more of these foreign players so we can have a stronger national program.
Okay.
But what do most people don't understand about the real potential from Jamaican players?
I didn't get that. I'm sorry.
I said what most people don't understand about the potential of Jamaica baseball.
They just think it doesn't exist. Period. It's not there. They some people, when you approach them, they can't believe we're playing baseball. It's the same thing like when we did
bobsled
thing, or even ice hockey. They can't believe that we're good. And then the same thing we're trying to. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, but you know something, Gregory? I know we play a lot of cricket in the West Indies. Whole lot of cricket. So we're talking about hitting the ball. And even when we thought of doing this interview today, Rudy and myself got together and we was talking about who it was? Russell Rudy. Russell went and traveled for a baseball team as a cricketer. you know, as a big hitter. You know, we have whole heap of big hitting cricketers, and the youngsters like hitting the ball too, right? So from a long time ago, I have always thought, and there was always this thought process among a lot of people, that since we can produce a lot of big hitters of the ball in cricket, we would be able to produce a lot of baseball players. We can bowl very well. We bowl very fast because fast bowling was a thing in the West Indies, or still is a thing in the West Indies. Hitting the ball hard is still a thing in the West Indies. But the question I have for you though, why did it take so long for us to even get into an organized way in terms of getting our youngsters getting into baseball? What was the problem? What was the challenge?
Some of the challenges I found was there was a lot of lack of the unity, and they really didn't have a spokesman or people who knew what they were really doing. That's just my truth. We just didn't have the focus was more on getting a team than development.
Because I hear you talking about, you know, over there in Florida, both of you talking about that you guys have things going on there, but yet still we couldn't transition those kind of organized thing into Jamaica for whatever the reasons are.
Yeah, we all tried, and this is what we're saying. We had to come together to the team and said we have to come together. Soccer came together, every other sport came together and became one body. So we all need to just come together as one body and do this. And everybody agreed, and that's why we are so successful right now. That's why when I approach like a person like Mojo to say, hey, here's the plan, sir. Look at the plan. What do you think? And when he looked at the plan, he was like, oh, this too easy, man. Are you sure this right? I said, yeah, this is the plan. He said, no, man, this too easy, man. So what's the problem? And I explained everything to him. And he said, well, maybe Mr. just signed Victorina, so you can probably help. Mr. Victor can probably help. He said, but you have to talk to Victor. He said, no, man, we're Jamaica, man. So we're not going to ask nothing. We are Jamaican.
It's a Morgan heritage family thing, man. Yeah?
Right.
From Jamaica said they need help. Yeah. Morgan heritage is one of the first.
I am the one who's supposed to tell you that. I'm supposed to tell you that because when I say I need help, he jumped on this. So this is what I'm saying is that with everything that's going on, the help of Morgan's is going to propel the sport because you have people knowing that in the States, they're going to look at somebody like a Morgan who's a legacy and say, hey, if they can go and play, why can't we?
Yeah.
If they can go and help, why can't we? You know, here are people who are more popular than we are helping. And that is the difference right now compared to back then.
But still in the same pathway, in the same topic that you're going with, what pathway that need to change for Jamaica baseball? What need to change?
It's changing right now. There's nothing more to change. We're changing. We already been changing it right now. We're going in the direction that we need to be in right now. And with the help of people who are in government and in private sector right now that we're reaching out to, we will get to that point where we need to get to.
Yeah. What's the response like, Gregory? What's the response like in terms of government, private sector, seeing the vision, seeing what you've seen? What's the response like?
We're waiting to see what we're going to get. But it hasn't been negative, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
We approach them with a whole bunch of stuff, so everything is looking up.
Baseball is a multi-million-dollar sport, you know,
definitely.
In the US, right? In Spanish-speaking Caribbean, it's a multi-million-dollar. Dominica, Puerto Rico, Cuba. I mean, and Cuba is just right next to us that I'm sure we always share a whole lot of things. I know they have them problems recently, but they always share a whole lot of things with us, and we always have good exchange with Cuba. Cubans are very big on baseball. Some of the most famous baseball players come out of Cuba. There's a whole lot of people don't even know that. Right, and I guess that's why you have Florida feeling such great teams out of Florida as well, and such great players coming out of Florida because come out of the Caribbean, Spanish-speaking Caribbean, be it, you know, but it's still the Caribbean, and we have to embrace that too. So there's a whole lot of help that I'm sure that we can get, you know, in terms of our region, and as I said, with the Caribbean having so much talent, we see the youngsters them love licking the ball already. We see them love flinging the ball already. So it's just a natural fit, and for me, for a long time, I just couldn't understand why we're not into this sport long time, you know, and I knock out the gate and I really, get the youngsters involved in it. But
Morgan, here's a question for you. How do you guys want to use Victory as a dual national athlete to get more of this national Jamaican or dual national athlete to be there? How are you guys going to plan to use him to kind of bring out some of these people?
I think Victory's success is going to do that for itself, because by him owning his heritage, by him coming out and talking to the Jamaican media and saying, hey, I'm a Jamaican and I'm doing this with the intention to shine light on the sport, and how many Jamaicans are doing it before him.
This episode is sponsored by J&J Garage. Top quality, cheap prices.
J Garage, we do excellent brakes and clutch repair. Pressure plates, flywheels, disc pad, brake shoes, clutches. Any job you have, cars, vans, jeeps, buses, trucks, and tractors. Just call J&J Garage, 1-876-408-3836, 887-7504 for all your pickup and delivery service throughout the 14 parishes.
And how many Jamaicans could potentially come after him, after making independence, and come back and contribute to the sport. He understands his purpose and the legacy in which he represents, and I'm proud of him for his maturity in seeing the opportunity. When Gregory approached us, he was like, okay, Daddy, all right. You know, it's about the legacy, and if we can do good and pay it forward. You know, he had ambitions as a kid that he wanted to be president one day, but maybe this is what maybe this is what he was meant to do, which is bigger than baseball. This is about saving. It's becoming about saving lives and creating another opportunity or an outlet for kids to have a chance at success. So we're proud of his, you know, ability to have the vision and or align with the vision of Jabba.
Yeah, I always have a thing with names, you know, Mojo, and I can tell you this one. So Usain Bolt was a name that when you hear it, you can know there is some kind of greatness attached to it, right? When you hear Bolt, because it's not for him name, the name that he has certainly fits into the success that you see.
Yeah.
Right? So when you hear victory, you know, when you hear victory and heritage, and you use that simply, I can't finish line that it is going to get into. He's going to get into those kind of heights because he have victory already. Right?
Exactly.
Exactly. Coaches last night from the Washington National Scout Team.
Yeah.
And we were talking about Victory not performing while he was playing for that coach 3 years ago. And here it is 3 years later. He's done enough to get on the radar of Brian in Stratton College and show enough projectability that they took a gamble on him and said, you know what, we're going to invest into this kid and turn him into what he has the potential to become. Yeah. So, you know, I'm sharing that to say that anything is possible. You know, anything is possible, and it's going to be up to Victory to make his dream a reality. But
is he loving the sport?
He does. He does love the sport, and just like any kid, he needed the support from his parents along the way. And like my father before me, I reminded him along the journey that it doesn't make sense you come this far to quit. You know, my father looked at me when Morgan Heritage was signed to a major record deal, and I was like, you know, everybody else is finished with school. I don't need school, Daddy. And Daddy said, son, it's better you try failing than quit, because if you quit, you already fail.
Yeah.
So I'm confident that Victory is going to do his best to make himself, his family, and his nation proud at Brian and Stratton College next year.
So what are the coaches saying about him though? Strong right on?
Well, he has all the potential to be an elite pitcher, right? The metrics, when them checking metrics and them do it, like when you go to the NFL combine and them see how high you can jump and how fast you can move. He has the ability and the projectability to be an elite right-handed pitcher as a professional. But that's not something that is going to happen overnight, and I think he's prepared. I haven't seen him work this hard in a long time. He is dove into the training even harder after the announcement. And I'm very proud of him understanding the responsibility, because it's a gift, right? And, you know, Spider-Man is my favorite superhero. And who much is given, much is required. And I always teach that to my children. So
which one of the Spider-Man?
Just the Spider-Man. Remember, I watch Spider-Man from the Amazing Spider-Man when me I
know the Jamaican Spider-Man.
I don't know that one. That one day, him still no, him not achieve nothing yet. He save anybody yet. You might do some flip and everything. It look like a gymnastics, a very skilled athlete. But we don't know what a safety.
There's a point I would like to bring up though.
Yeah, go ahead.
There's something that I don't know if a lot of people in media knows it or anything, but right now baseball and softball is at the best point right now in history, in Jamaican history, because we have a vice president we have a president of softball that sits on the world governing body as the second vice president.
Okay.
And that's something that's the biggest
body of
baseball and softball.
Tell them the things, Greg. It's serious.
Yeah.
World governing body.
And the world governing body of baseball and softball. Jamaica has a Miss Marvelyn Campbell sits as the second vice president, and she was nominated by Kokabe and Canada and the USA. So this is nothing simple. This is a lady that put in the work, and people respect this woman. And I'm telling you, if she acts, whenever we're ready for help, we can get help from any one of these countries within the world governing body. When she puts out that letter and we're ready to accommodate these people, all we need is the support of the government and the private sector in Jamaica. Everything is just pointing in up direction. See, we have the victory.
Yeah, see, there you go.
Exactly. So that nothing more than that. And you said it a while ago. His name alone says it all.
His name alone says it all, man. People with certain name, you know the success is going to come. They just have to in the work.
With hard work and dedication, because
we know that. We know that.
Success of Hussein Bolt.
Definitely, man.
The world also saw his failures.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, no, expect him not to fail. He's human.
Exactly.
You know what? We will coach him up. We will coach him up, and we will encourage him, and we will keep pushing him as a nation. A nation is behind him.
Coach, when you see him in training, you see him in practice. Is there any player that comes to mind that is out there in the World Series that comes to mind? Any pitcher at all? When you look
I saw clippings of him, and to me, I don't see a player because he's just a little beast. I mean, seriously, when I tell you, when I look at the kid, and I look at the size of the kid, and then I said to Mojo, how much does he weigh? When Mojo tells me 205, I'm like, nah, dude, he could be like a buck 80. I think 180 would be top. The kid is a beast, man. That's pure muscle on him. So yeah, and I told you he only can go bigger.
Yeah.
Him just need to put in work.
Do you see the conditioning stuff that kid does?
Yeah.
I'm scared to even look at the video. I get hurt looking at the video.
You'll be sharing a lot of his journey.
I get hurt looking at the things he does.
Wow.
And how old is he right now?
18.
Yeah.
18.
18.
Right.
18.
Yeah.
And one of the things that you guys fully don't really get either is that he hasn't been throwing like some of these kids in Florida. You understand? No, he hasn't been throwing at that early age. So his arm is well set on for a while.
Yeah.
Wow. So we
you know that first part of the year when you say, no, maybe I go throw send me kid out the road and make him go play rec ball. No.
Yeah.
He protected his arm. So Mojo protected his arm. So he did a good job at that.
That was divine destiny. It wasn't I can't sit here
again.
But the reality is that, circumstances create opportunities, right? And with me traveling on the road, I didn't see the need for them to have an extracurricular activity. And the pandemic slowed everything down for everybody. And what it did for me, it gave me and my siblings in Morgan Heritage a chance to put a little bit more in our younger children that, missed out on a lot of our presence throughout the years, So when you go back on the timeline and you think about Full Circle in a 2006 and Mission in Progress in a 2008 and everything that was happening with Morgan Heritage when these children were being born, I can only imagine what life would have been like without the pandemic, because now post-pandemic are moving in a different direction, and we're grateful.
Yeah.
Well, Mojo and Gregory, what? Yeah, Rudy.
No. Certainly, you're right, man. I just want to say thank you guys for coming in
Thank you.
and sharing this with us.
Before
From
you
my
go,
point of
Rudy,
view,
I have one big question to ask. I know we
All
kind
right.
of stayed on it a little bit. For both of you, what do you see? That because I know we're speaking about victory, right? But we need to talk on a whole in terms of Jamaica because baseball is a team, right? And it comprises of a whole lot of people in it. In terms of putting together a team, what do you think that is going to cause us to have some genuine careers come out of Jamaica, or from putting together a team at some point in time? How soon you think that is a reality for Jamaica any at all?
Putting together a team around. I know Victory is one player, but like we said, we are going to send out the feed. We're going to send out that flyer. We're going to send out that call. We're going to do everything in our power to get kids from Jamaican descent to come in and try and see how best they can fit with what we're doing. And if they're going to fit with what we're doing, it's a go. We're going to have a strong contingent anytime we play. Right now, we have kids. Right now, in our developmental stage in Jamaica right now, we have over 140 players. Youth from 12 years, from 10 to 16.
Wow.
In a program right now.
Yeah.
That are in programs all through the island, from anywhere from St. Thomas go all the way back to St. Elizabeth and like St. Anne.
Okay. Hey, listen.
Discovery Bay has some. I can literally list the name of the places because we have a list of kids. It's amazing that when we tell people that baseball is played like, in Portmore, they say, no, we don't see no kids playing in Portmore. Easington, St. Thomas, like a place like Easington, nobody even thinks of it because they're like, oh, that's a country. But
Yeah,
kids
man.
play baseball there. Go to Discovery Bay. You see kids out there on Miranda's field, the Boxside field. There's kids out there on that playing right now.
I mean, the truth of the matter is that Java and Jasta, the Jamaica Amateur Baseball Association and the Jamaica Amateur Softball Association, are both positioned to grow exponentially over the next year. With the plans that they have in place, with the alignment with government, with the relationships that the executive body has established, they're now in a position to train coaches according to international standards, because everything begins with the head of the team.
Yes.
They're now in a position to take their understanding of baseball and softball development on an international level and bring that and inject that into the Jamaican athletic industry with the support of the government, the education system, and our peers at JFF, at the Jamaica Basketball Association, at the Jamaica Cricketing Association, all these other governing bodies that have amazing athletes are places that become recruiting hubs.
Yeah.
So we're not going to be coming from scratch as an organization, as a nation, when it comes to baseball. And I don't think we have to worry about how fast it's going to happen. I think we're going to exceed expectations.
Hey, Gregory, you have to get him not the association, You have to get him be a part of the executive,
He's my advisor. What are you talking about? He's my advisor.
It's not just victory into this thing, It's fully into the thing, 100%.
Listen, I told him I told him, hey, you have some brilliant thoughts. Come on, let me work on this.
Yes.
And he was like, send me what you have. And by the time I sent him what I had, I got like meal after meal after meal. I'm like, I work, right? I have to go to work, right? But honestly, I just want to say this. He's been a great help over the past couple of days, and it's amazing.
Fantastically amazing. I want to play a little bit more of the song before we leave, because certainly motivational.
Yeah, the journey, check it. You pull me out of the deepest water. The great unknown women shop all asunder. And then I heard your voice, angels around me. So deep, my faith was staying complete. Your grace abounds in pounds in deepest waters. Your mighty hands will guide me, never wander. I may fail, it surrounds me. I know you won't stop now, you never fail me. Keep my head above water, keep me strong so I don't fall.
Keeping our heads above the water, certainly. You know, that's what baseball. What's the association name? The Jamaica Baseball Association.
Jamaica Amateur Baseball Association.
Amateur Baseball Association. I want to thank you very much, Gregory, first Vice President of the Jamaica Amateur Baseball Association, for coming and chatting with us. And this is not going to be the end of it, you know, Gregory, because we have a whole heap more questions and a whole heap more things to talk about. And we want to be a part of the planning and a part of the victory. You know, Mojo, appreciate you stepping in, boss, and, you know, your family again stepping up in a big way. I want Jamaica to know that, you know, that the Morgan heritage family is no normal. None at all when it comes on to the Jamaica situation. No normal at all. Because that's what we're doing immense work, you know.
What you call it? Morgan what? Morgan, you call it?
Morgan heritage.
Man said him at Jamaica. You never tell us man said Jamaica. Man done. Man say I anything, man.
Definitely.
Yeah.
We appreciate it, Mojo, and you know, I love all your influence in the entire a new genre of sports that I think that a lot of youngsters have a lot of talent for, you know. So I appreciate you even stopping and chatting with us. Look, you spend so much time, you could have been writing something right now, but you spend some time, you're putting in some work inside of the thing. So, you know, must applaud you for doing that and stepping up for Jamaica again one more time with you and your family and your music as well. You know, we appreciate it here on this platform. I mean, listen, Gregory, anything at all or anytime at all, you have anything that you want to be talking about or you want to promote or whatever it is, anything coming up, let us know. Tournament or anything at all that's coming up, let us know on this platform, and certainly, because we are here to help, especially people in Jamaica call it smaller sports, because you know, we don't achieve greatness with it yet, but you know, let us put in the help that you guys need to get you where you want to get, and we're here to do that.
Certainly.
I totally appreciate that.
And from me, from a Grenadian to a Canadian, sending out the love to you guys, man. Definitely. We are about all sports. Welcome to the dugout. We thank you guys for stepping in. We thank you guys for dropping in with us and sharing what you guys have. Please don't be a stranger. This is open for you guys at any time. Just one phone call away. We get you guys on and share the thing. All right? Talk to you, man. Thanks again.
Thank you.
So SportGlobe family, you know, go and check out what's the website, Gregory, for the association?
Our website is not fully up yet.
Not fully up yet?
Yes, sir.
What platforms do you have though?
Jabba.
Okay.
You have Jabba Media for what's that?
So they can find Jabba on any TikTok and any Instagram and anything.
Right, just Jabba Media on any one of those. I just got stuck on Instagram a while ago for some reason, and I couldn't even remember Instagram. That is the weirdest thing.
That's okay. So I mean, just go out and look for Jabba, Jamaica Amateur Baseball Association guys, and just, you know, go and show them some love. You know, tell them if you have a son or a daughter somewhere in some neck of the woods that, you know, want to do something, let them come try some baseball. You never know. It might just be the victory that we're looking for, you know. Congratulations, Mojo. I want to send all of the love to victory as well. And we're looking out for greatness. No pressure, you know. We expect to just enjoy the game, and that's all we want to do. And, you know, and him enjoy himself. We enjoy seeing him play, and we're looking forward to the whole thing. I appreciate it, and it was a pleasure just chatting in there, you bringing us up to date. And we're going to be following up with you again, as we said, to find out what's going on with Victory, to find out what's going on if Mojo becomes the chairman of the association or something. Who knows?
You just follow Victory Morgan 7 on Twitter or X and Instagram, and keep up with Instagram. What he's doing, preparing, getting ready to go play baseball this fall. And you can keep up with me at Morgan Heritage and at Got Mojo Morgan across all platforms.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. Thanks so much. Mojo.
We just getting started.
Just getting started.
We like it.
Come on. Baseball Jamaica. We're just getting started. Let's fly the flag again high for Jamaica and knock some ball out of the park. Blessings and thank you very much.